For years, Nigerian athletes have trained in difficult conditions, often without adequate funding, facilities, or institutional support. Faced with persistent neglect, many are now choosing to compete for other nations. Nigeria's seventh fastest man, Favour Ashe's alleged switch, surfaced online on Sunday, a few days after he spoke about the Middle Eastern country's training camp in South Africa. Ashe becomes the second Nigerian athlete reported to have initiated a switch of allegiance after 150-meter world record holder Favour Ofili in 2025. Reports also indicate that up to 10 Nigerian athletes training in Doha are considering similar changes. 4 reportedly left shortly after the National Sports Festival in Abeokuta, with some scouted even earlier. In their new bases, athletes receive improved accommodation, structured training environment, and financial incentives. The growing trend raises serious concerns about the state of Nigerian athletics and highlights the urgent need for reforms to prevent further talent drain. Meanwhile, the president of the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, Tonobok Okowa, said the body has not received any official correspondence about Ashe's move and will investigate the matter in the coming days. Now, this was the same response we got when we heard about Favour Ofili switching allegiance. They said they've not received anything official. But of course, it eventually happened, and it meant that Favour Ofili has left the shores of Nigeria. Now, the same thing with Favour Ashe. And I'm wondering, who else would do us a favor by staying or leaving Nigeria? We've got Abimbola Adebayo, athletics journalist, who is joining us to give us more analysis on this one. Abimbola, thank you for joining. Please do us a favor. Who else will leave Nigeria, or are we going to, is this the last we're going to hear of this story?
I mean, the issue of athletes leaving Nigeria is not a new thing. It's been happening since the early 2000s, since the time of Francis Obikwelu and Greener Pastures, where they switched to Portugal and Spain, respectively. And also, this is not just a Nigerian problem, I'd like to add, because even American, European, and Jamaican athletes also switch. But the fact that, Nigeria doesn't have the resources and, the facilities necessary to take these athletes to the, to make these athletes competitive globally does imply that we could be seeing quite a few switches to come.
All right, so what exactly is really driving this exodus? Can we say a governance decay in Nigerian athletics? I know you mentioned that it's not just in Nigeria. Is it also the want of more exposure? Because when it comes to facilities, we cannot even boast of the best of facilities for these athletes. I remember during one of the championships last year, I saw a video where they were racing on the tracks, and I could see cables right there on the tracks, and I'm wondering, what safety measures are we even putting in place to ensure the safety of these athletes?
Yes, funding and resources along with facilities have always been a major problem in Nigeria. Sorry, please, could you repeat the question again? I like the
No, I mean, you talked about the funding and other athletes, other countries. It's not just for Nigeria alone, where athletes get to leave the country for greener pastures. They've cited better welfare, structured training, and financial stability. But really, can we stop this from happening with these athletes?
I mean, yes, we definitely can. If Nigeria, chooses to focus more on funding, chooses to improve on funding, facility management, athlete welfare, and other communication between the federation and the athletes, we could definitely improve this. But I don't think it can fully stop, because we have to know these are countries that have more money than Nigeria and are offering more resources and incentives than what we can realistically offer. So it's going to be tough to, step up and match what they're offering the athletes.
All right, we hope that Favour Ashe will be the last. Of course, we hear that more athletes are intending to dump Nigeria for other countries. And I mean, if the money is good, I would also leave Nigeria for another country. But yeah, Thank you very much, Abimbola, for joining the show today. Interesting analysis. Looking forward to having you again. Thank you for joining.